Welcome. This is TarHeel247, a UNC basketball podcast. Make sure to like, share, subscribe to the channel. For today, I'm welcoming my guy, Jay Watts, Justin Watts, Rumi, whatever you want to call him. We're going to do a temperature check on the season. Happy New Year, man. How you doing?
Happy New Year, man. What's up? What's up with you? Everything good?
Everything's good, man. We took a little break, but we back. So let's get right to it. Recap of how the seasons went for the first half of the year. How you feeling? What we thinking?
I mean, I feel great. I know we live in the business of what have you done for me lately. It's some people that may be pressing the panic button, but I mean the guys have done a great job. I think it's one of the best starts we've had in quite some time, and I don't think they're going to get anything but better. Obviously, losses early in the year are needed. I think the same kind of serves as a wake-up call. But I mean, I think they're doing great. I think they're gelling as a team, and the healthier they stay, and even the healthier they get, because Steph is just coming back, still knocking off some rust. Even though his first couple games were good, I think he's still going to continue to get better as well as the team.
I think that I think we talked about this way early in the season when we talked about guards. Right, we was like, look, everything cool now, but once we get against a team with some good guards, it could spell trouble. So, what do you think about that observation? That was a difference in the game with SMU.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I mean, Miller, Boopy Miller, he's been playing good since last year, and I would consider him one of the top guards in the country. He's a senior. And I think the difference was you saw a PG at his natural position. I think we have a lot of guys that are still learning how to be point guards first, and then do what they instinctively do. But I just think he showed a great balance between scoring, assistant, and just controlling the game. But he's an older seasoned vet. It pays to have those 4-year college guys sometimes. He played amazing, and I think that we're going to go as far as our guard play goes, because our front court is I love our front court.
Yeah, I think when I was looking at it, watching the game, I think that Boopy Miller might have been the first guy that Caleb Wilson has encountered where you ain't just going, you're not
this
just
ain't high school, buddy.
Yeah, you ain't gonna sit down on you ain't gonna be able to sit down and stay with him. And I think that was a good lesson. Like, I always think about when I had to guard Dame Lillard, right? I'll never forget it. I'm like, man, let's go. I'm pressing a little bit, man.
Right.
One cross, I'm on the floor. Wow,
right.
I'm on the floor. I learned a valuable lesson. Respect. So I think with the Boopy Miller, Caleb was trying to stick with him and show, but a guy like that, you're so tall, you got to gap him, right? Gap him, make him shoot over you. I don't know if pressing him was the best thing. You're a guard.
Pressing it wasn't the best idea, but it's just Caleb's aggressive alpha nature, and it's kind of like young fella. I like that you're confident in yourself, and it's almost kind of like I don't want to lay off of him to see that or show that I'm scared of him or whatever, but it is a form of respect. But you also got to play smart too. You got to play to your strengths, and I think this is going to be something that helps him even become a better defender down the season. More ACC play, when he sees more guards that way, he'll know what he can get away with and what he can't. And we all had to learn that. Certain things you can get away with, and then certain things you can't get away with, even with certain personnel as well. So I think it'll be a learning experience for him. But I think he was more so trying to say, like, I'll step up here and check you. I ain't afraid, and it kind of fell into the trap of what Boopy wanted him to do. Was like, all right, well, you want to come out here and see if you can dance? Let's dance. He didn't have to do that. He could have used his length. He could have, made him shoot over the top and contest some jump shots. If he makes the jump shots all night, then, round of applause. I see you've been working on your game. But at the same time, they kind of let him get in the rhythm. He penetrated the lane, got some middies, got some floaters, saw the ball go in. Now he's pulling up a three. Now you're in for a long night. Put your seatbelt on. So I think he'll learn from it.
Yeah, and talk about I want to get to Kyle Evans, right? He's averaging 6 points, 23 minutes a game, 6 points, 3.5 assists, 37 from the field, 33 from three. Do you think he's just trying to adjust and figure it out? Kind of what's your take on how his season's been as one of the kind of star guys out of the portal?
Well, we all know, me and you especially, and anybody that's played at Carolina, it's a difference, man, from playing at Carolina and then playing somewhere else outside of that, ACC. And I think he's still adjusting. But honestly, I don't think he's naturally a PG. I think he's more of a combo that can play the PG for, long periods of time. I think he has the skills to play it, but I think he's still understanding what he needs to give the team and what the team needs from him, while all trying to learn how to play the point guard position the Carolina way. And I think that's the biggest difference with Boopy and Miller, the situation. It just looks like he was very comfortable, and he's been in that system. He knows what to expect. His natural position is the point guard and lead guard spot. And I think Evans is just trying to learn more so how to not look for a shot first, set up the team, but then also trying to understand, like, hey, we do need you to pull up a couple times and be aggressive. So I think he's learning. I think, I don't think it's time to press the panic button yet, although I've seen some comments and whatnot. But I think he's still learning, and I think he'll I think, you learn better from a loss anyway. So I think now, he'll probably take it more seriously and pay attention to more detail and try to grow from there.
Yeah, I think, you see with Seth and the difference between Seth can get in the lane, he can get past. I think Evans, like you said, he's definitely a point guard, but you need you need to pair him with maybe a guy that can kind of create, or and I think
can live in the lane.
Yeah, and so it is what it is. He's probably one of the prize recruits out of the portal, and the pressure's on him. He's getting paid a lot of money. Hey, welcome to the big show. You know what I'm saying?
Welcome to the big show.
Welcome to the big show.
That's what it is. We expecting, you come to Carolina, they're expecting you to win. They're expecting you to produce. You're held at a different standard. It's no empty games. Every game's televised. You can't really have an off game. If you do, it's like, what's going on? So it's just, you can't turn that off switch off at all. You got to always keep it on. You got to be trying to get better, game after game after game, and you got to be able to bounce back. So they got an opportunity to bounce back, and hopefully he's been in the film room and studied a little bit and come out, still has confidence, still be aggressive.
Look, man, I before we go to Wake Forest, look, best start since 2007, 2008, right? Like, I think about when you was there, when I was there, we always drop one early. I don't know what it is. I think it's because it's Carolina and the target on our back. We always drop one early, but usually that leads to good things. So, I know the year y'all won it, because the year before is the best start since the year before you got there. So the year y'all won it, y'all dropped one early, right?
We dropped two early. We were 0-2 in ACC play. People forget about that. We lost to Wake Forest and turned around and lost to Boston College. Jeff Teague had an amazing performance. Tyrese Rice had an amazing performance.
Yes, Tyrese had 40 in the Dean Dome. He had 40.
No, he had 34. Luckily, he cooled himself off at halftime. But he hit his eighth three and cooled himself off. Thank goodness he cooled himself off. And then Jeff Teague at Wake Forest, James Johnson.
That was a team. That was a squad. They was number one in the country at some point that year, right?
We were number one. They were number three. After they beat us, they were number one. So it was him, Ish Smith, James Johnson, LD Williams, Alfred Camino, all those guys. So, but we were 0-2. And I remember Coach Rob was like, "Hey, we keep playing this way, they ain't gonna give us a T-shirt at the end of the season."
He told me that.
We got hot and we ran 15 straight off, and obviously rest was history. Went on to win the national championship, but yeah, we dropped two early, 0-2 ACC.
I mean, when we was preseason number one, we dropped a couple early too. So
yeah,
maybe
we were like 3-3 at one point in ACC and ran like 14 off in a row.
14 straight. Yeah. So Wake Forest coming up, right? That perfect segue. Look, this is a team They lost to Michigan in OT. Michigan, right?
Yeah.
They lost to Texas Tech by 1. They beat Memphis. You know, they've got this is a capable team with, dare I say it, good guards. What you thinking about the Tar Heels against the Demon Deacons?
I'm gonna be honest. I'm a little more confident playing them off a loss than I would be a win.
Yeah.
Because they just came off a loss as well. I think last night. I think they lost to Syracuse,
Miami.
right?
Miami. Yep.
So they lost one last. You know,
Which
coming off a loss.
They was in it. Miami pulled away, but they was in it.
They were in it. So I like that we are coming off a loss because I know practice probably ain't been comfortable in there. So I know for a fact we're going to come out and they're not going to be able to catch us off guard. I know we're going to play with a sense of urgency, or I hope we're going to play with a sense of urgency. But they do have good guard play. I do think we have the advantage in the front court, and I think if our back court can just be steady, like they don't got to be spectacular. Don't go for the home run plays or anything. But if they can just be steady, I feel confident we come away with the win. But Wake Forest is very capable, and if we were coming off a win, I would be a little worried because it could be one of those letdown spots that we talk about. So I think coming off a loss kind of helps us in this situation.
They got the boy Juke Harris, right? Juke Harris, he's averaging almost 19.9. He's averaging 20. We will give him 20.
Too. I love Juke Harris' game.
6'7".
He's from around the way.
He's from the Bull?
Nah, he's like from North Carolina, Raleigh area. He work out with Milton Chavis and them. So, but he's from around the way. I like this guy.
Okay, so he gonna have a little juice. He gonna have a little juice. You know, all that. Listen, for the people listening, ever since the beginning of the time, I remember Coach Williams. I forget, was it Akil Mitchell who was playing? Who was it? We played. He was from the area. No, not for the guard. He was playing. We played him. I forget his name, man. He was local. I wish I would have looked it up.
Who did he play for? I remember the speech you're talking about.
It was like ECU. He was at ECU or something like that.
Akeem Richmond.
Akeem Richmond. Coach Williams was like, look, he wanted to come here. He wanted to play here. Strap your boots up because he's coming.
Yeah, he was good too. He was a beast in high school. I think he holds a couple records in North Carolina for like 3-pointers made and scoring.
And so I hope the message is being sent. Maybe I don't know if Coach Davis, knows he's from the area.
Coach Williams loved like bulletin board material though.
Yeah.
That was his thing for motivation.
Hey, listen, I always remember we play a certain team, and he said, "Hey, look, there's a player on that team. You don't know his name now. You don't know his name. But
you're gonna know his name after the game.
Know his name at the end. Don't let it be you. Don't let it be you."
Yeah, he gave that speech a couple times. I remember when we played UVA, a kid on UVA, he gave that speech. Obviously, Richmond, and then the other one was Marquette when they eat pizza and stuff before the game. McDonald's, we get steak and lemonade and
So for context, for people listening, like, we played in the NCAA tournament, Sweet 16 to go to the Elite Eight. Marquette comes out. We eat at McDonald's. They McDonald's All-American. We eat pizza. And they eat steak and lobster. And they just was trying this, and like Coach
Williams tried this when they said, and the baby blue, like they made it seem like the baby blue is sweet.
Yeah, look, the baby blue. I don't know what the color do, but it make people think we soft. So
yeah.
And Coach Williams said that. He said, "Look, maybe it's just color of the jerseys. I don't know. Maybe make it look soft or something. So crazy the mind games that like. I mean, he's a good coach, man.
It worked. It worked. We came out.
We were up 42
on about what?
18 and a half.
Yeah,
we were up 40-18 and a half. We was up 40-18 and a half. I remember telling Jay Crowder, like, pack your bags.
And that was a good team, too. That was a great team. Jay Crowder, DJ O from around the way. Vanderbilt.
What's the point guard? I forget his name. He played in the league a little bit, too. They had a point guard.
Cadogan?
Was it? No, it was he was from Milwaukee, too. I forget his name. But that was a little good side story. I like those little side stories. Just in the trenches. people don't know what really goes on. But
they got a lot more for him too.
For sure. Like going back to Juke Harris, local kid, I think he's going to be ready to go. But 6'7" wing, averaging 20. I love what we have for him with Stevenson and Wilson and those guys. Like I think those two guys could probably handle him if need be. Luka may be a bad matchup for him, but we could throw him on there. We could throw him on there too. Maybe get some run. Let him see different looks. Because a guy averaging 20, I never was that guy in college, but I do know you better give him some different looks.
Yeah, you got to keep some fresh bodies on him for sure.
Yep. Yeah. Then Miles Colvin from was it Vanderbilt? No, Purdue. Miles Colvin from Purdue. Yeah. He's their second leading scorer. He's shooting 40 from the three. So I think if we can kind of hold those two guys down, man, I think it'll be good. They got spillers, but I'm not worried about the front line.
I think we match up with the front line. And like you said, we have enough wings. Stevenson, I think he is pretty versatile. And if we have to put Luka on him just to give him a different look, maybe give Stevenson a break, I think we could be able to contain him and make it hard on him because everything is going to start with Harris. I feel like everybody kind of plays off him. Obviously, you got a 20-point scorer. It has to start with him. So I think if we can contain him and make it difficult, he still may get his 20, a talented player, versatile. But if we can just kind of make it a difficult 20, inefficient 20, I think that'll be the story of the game.
Yeah, and I'm going down a rabbit hole right here. We played them.
So Wake always played us good though. I'm not gonna lie. Wake always seemed to figure out a way to play us well, even when they had quote unquote down years. Wake has always been a team that's kind of been a sneaky competitor. I don't know if it's because they're a little close to home or just the style of play. I don't think they have the same style of play as us, or maybe just kind of like opposites. They normally don't try to run with us like every other team does. They don't fall into the ego trap. So I think they're a dangerous team for sure. And we can't underestimate them lightly. No one in the ACC should be underestimated. I think that's a lesson we learned going to SMU as well. As Carolina, we have a target on our back, like Coach Williams used to say, like you're the hunted. Even though you're going out here to win and do some hunting, you got to realize you are the hunted. Everybody wants to beat you. Everybody's going to get your best shot. And you got to be prepared day in and day out to go out there and give them your best shot and try to figure out a way to win and get a W in the win column.
Listen, nasty game right here. We beat them 68-53, but we shot 31%. This is our last year. 31% from the field, 21 from three, but they shot 30 from the field, 11 from three. We had 15 more rebounds. Check this out. We had 22 offensive rebounds. 22. Yeah. That's the game.
Yeah. But we used to always it was, Coach Williams preached that. Like he wanted his team to be, top 5, top 10 in rebounding. He considers that part of the offense.
Oh, for sure. I mean, we had 22 offensive rebounds, 33 defensive. This was listen, we got 71 shots up. Look, we was playing like this.
We used to push the tempo, though. Kendall would push the tempo.
Yeah.
Z's running, you're running. Leslie, Strick, Reggie.
It's funny because we kind of got away from that. We don't run like that much anymore. I mean, that's Huber's, that's Huber's design, and I love it, but I kind of missed it, getting up and down, throwing ahead. Because like you said, I think that was the most impactful thing for a team. They rattle a couple threes off, momentum going, boom, Z go dunk, layup, back down 6. Come on,
kill that quick.
Come on back. Come on. Right. And that used to kill teams, like legit kill teams. Like they feeling good. Oh, they clapping, Duke slapping the floor, Z down there dunking it. And they got to come back. You down 6.
Kendall holding up the defensive call. Ready to go.
Yeah. So, I would love to see Carolina run a little more, but I love the system. It's more of a pro-style system, which I love too as well. So, look, man, appreciate you coming on, chopping it up, some old stories.
No problem.
I think I'm gonna just have you look. We're gonna do a temperature check every month, and this is gonna be our session, our segment. We can do temperature check, and I'm gonna start having you on because it's some good stuff on here. So appreciate you.
Let me know.
Happy New Year, man, and enjoy yourself.
For sure. Happy New Year to y'all boys.
And as always, thanks for watching on YouTube and listening wherever you get your podcasts. Be sure to check in or check out TarHeel247.com for the latest wall-to-wall coverage of Carolina athletics. See y'all next time.